What's the story? Are you not happy, or you're only half happy, or
Still to be happy about.
you're up 2-0?
Job's not finished. Job finished? No, I don't think so.
Hey, 2026, first video of 2026, and it's at 18 lessons. Well done, guys, well done. I'm happy to be here again, and today from what you've seen from the intro, I'm talking about the job not being finished. Now, what does that mean to me, or what does that mean to you? You're at the halfway stage of where you are. Let's say if you're an artist or someone who's an artist. Let's use an artist as an example. And you are on your last stages of finishing an art piece, and you're looking back at where you started and the progression that you made to kind of get the overall canvas filled with your masterpiece. And it's that last minute push, it's that little bit of motivation needed and required to add the finishing touches onto it, and not getting lazy to then leave it behind. Leave the artwork behind is what I'm trying to say. So it's the finer details, or the last bit of motivation that is needed to get you across to the finish line. You've done all the hard work to get to that stage, and you're just finding it difficult to kind of get yourself through that final boundary, or that final successful hurdle in a way. So what I'm here to talk to you guys about is the book of Joshua. And in the book of Joshua, a certain scripture, I'm not going to read the whole scripture because it's quite long, but I'm gonna summarize it a little bit. And we're going to Joshua 10 verse 7 to 9, and it just talks about Joshua himself getting ready to go to war, getting ready to get into battle. And in this, he's basically getting his soldiers ready, and he's preparing himself to get into the mind of a warrior and go ahead and conquer what he needs to conquer. And in this, as he's getting into that mindset and in that kind of mentality of getting ready to go to war, God ends up coming up and speaking to him, saying, don't worry about it. So God has basically just already delivered them from going to war. Joshua's opponents, the people that he's meant to go war against, he's already delivered them. And in this, Joshua is still in the mindset of going to war, even when you feel like you can't do it by yourself, which is going to be very difficult, especially if you're holding such a big project or something that is way beyond your needs. God is always there to guide you and protect you. But that doesn't mean you stop yourself from going to battle. That doesn't mean that even if you've hyped yourself up to go to war, or even put yourself in that mindset of, yeah, I'm going to do this, that doesn't mean that if you get a £10,000 donation to finish off that craft, that doesn't mean you can sit back and relax and go to Louis Vuitton and buy your stuff. Nah, it doesn't mean that. It means whatever God has given you, or whatever you need to get yourself to that finish line, God is going to be there to guide you and protect you throughout that journey. So even if God has given you the tools required and more to get yourself through the finish line, the contacts, the people that you're going to meet, the opportunities, that doesn't mean you should sleep on the ball because you have them. It means that you have been given an advantage to then go and reach another level that you never thought you could reach. It's so simple. I mean, it's so easy to think about. Like, when you're already at the top, or when you're already on your way to success, you think that, you know, what you've done already is enough to get you there. No, there's going to be people who then reward you when you hit that finish line. And that does not mean you should stop. It means you should go ahead and reconfigure, go back to the drawing board and think, what can I do to make what I made better? If you're making t-shirts, for example, or if you're starting a clothing brand, and in that clothing brand, you want to do a little bit of everything. You want to be in the jumpers, denim, the denim scene, or the jeans, or whatever. You have to focus on one thing in order to then succeed on the other. You can't just go from making tracksuits to then making full-on jackets. No, you have to perfect one thing first, and then use what you've learned to then go to another avenue. So even if you have helpers to kind of help you out in the direction of the route that you're going down, it does not mean that you should fall back, put your hands behind your back and get a vacation to Hawaii. No, it means you need to then push harder because you have people that you can rely upon. That means you have people that can be like, right, this is not working. What can I do to then re-strategize or make this better? It makes it so much easier, but that does not mean you should stop. the job is not finished. No matter what you do, the job is not finished. There are different ways you can grow upon your brand, or different ways you can make the thing that you want or the thing that you're trying to succeed better. I mean, even there's a scripture that says, I'll never leave you or forsake you. And victory is then guaranteed. Like when he says, I'll never leave you or forsake you, that means God is always with you no matter what. So even in what battle you're facing, God is there giving you the right tools or giving you the right push and motivation to reach the finish line. So victory is already guaranteed, but it's how much you can think about it like this. I think, like, let's say if you are a football player, right? And you've already scored, let's say your aim is to score 10 goals in a season, right? I mean, it's not enough, I know, if you're not a striker or CDM or whatever it is. You want to score 10 goals in that season. Now, let's say if God has already given you that motivation and that courage, the right training, the right manager, all the necessary needs to make you the best person you could be in that season, you reach those 10 goals. Does that mean that you can sit back and look at the next, 20 games and say, nah, I don't even need to score anymore because I've already scored what I need to do? No, it's a team effort. It means that you have to then push yourself to another level to go ahead and reach more than 10 goals. It's like for me, for example. It's like for me, for example, I can't use what I have been through in the last 10 years to then predict my future. That doesn't make sense. Why would I want to use something that I did from a child or when I was younger as something I'll do for me now? Like, of course, I'm not trying to tell myself or try and say, oh, the things that I did when I was younger is not enough. It is, but it's also a pedestal. It's giving me an advantage to then build myself higher to a level where I can take it. It's the same thing with a musician. If you have that one hit and you basically ride out that hit for God knows how long, that's all you're going to be known for. You're not going to be known for pushing boundaries. You're not going to be known for going to different genres and trying new things. You have to push yourself to a point where you're like, yeah, I have taken the mantle and I've ran with it to a point where the next person has to work even harder to kind of reach where I'm at and go further with it. Like even, I mean, I'll use myself as an example. If I'm an actor, if I'm an actor and if I've gone through life doing musical theatre, gone through all the musical theatre shows, gone through all the movies and everything, what's next for me? It doesn't mean I can just sit back and be like, yeah, I've achieved everything. I've won my Oscar, I've won my Grammy Award, I've won my Emmy or whatever, or movie critics. It means that I can now go into a different industry. I can now produce my own movie. I can now direct my own movie. It's going to be tough, but that template that you use to grind to the top to be the best actor you can be is the same template that you can use to be the best director, to be the best producer, so on and so forth. And these are some points I want to leave you guys with. Life is only lived by you alone. You don't let anyone else dictate what you are in life. No one can come to me and say, I made Josiah. Oh, by the way, yeah, Josiah, that was all me, innit? No, you can't do that. You can't let somebody tell you what is the best thing that you need. You need time to sit down with yourself. I mean, of course, it's good to have people who support you, no matter what you're going through. But it's one of those things where you can't let somebody say, you need to do this. Oh, by the way, yeah, because it worked for me, it should work for you. If this thing did not work for me, it should not work for you. Don't let anybody tell you what you can and cannot do. To me, that doesn't make sense in whatsoever fashion. You should not let anybody influence you in a way where they are controlling who you are and what your destiny can be. God has given us different purposes in life. What my purpose is different from what your purpose is. What your purpose is different from mine. So why would I try and control you to be the best person that you can be in my field when you are destined to be in somewhere else? I can't teach you to be the best person in medicine if I'm already someone who's a footballer. It does not make sense. I should not tell you what to do. I should motivate you to get to that stage, to help you get there. You need to have people who help you get to that stage in life where you want to be, not remove you from where you need to be or where you want to be. So this year I've kind of told myself to, one, put every concern that I have and every single bit of trust I have in Jesus and in the Lord, in my God. And in that, he kind of takes control. He has that autopilot to kind of direct me into the right position. That does not mean that I can now backtrack and say, yeah, God's got me, yeah, that's enough. No, he's given me the time to think, time to re-strategize, and the time to think back and go through the motion. Go back to the blueprint, back to the drawing board, and what I can do to make it better. And even with the mistakes that I can make. The mistakes that I made, those mistakes I can learn from. Every mistake that I can make, I learn from it. And that means that I can go ahead and use that as an advantage to be like, okay, this didn't work, then let me try this. I keep on failing to a point where those failures don't dictate what my destiny is. The failures that I have make me the successful person I can be. It makes me the best person I can be. I use my experience. Life is about experiences. You go through life through your different experiences. If you let life take over and use the experiences as something to make you sad or depressed, you've already lost. You should use the experiences that you have in life to make you the best person you can be. I know it's going to be tough. I know it's going to be difficult. But God is going to be there to then hold your hand and use the experiences that you use to make you the best. So take control of your own life. With that, live your life as well. Live your life, live through your experiences, make them the best you can be, and just grow. That's literally it. And keep working until the goal that you have or the place that you want to be in life is completed. And when you do that, you can then move on to other things. You can then move yourself to another level, onto another mindset, or to another time frame. That's it. Peace.